In today's video, we're going to continue working on our GPIO pins. Recently, we've seen how to control this LED and turn it on and off from the Pi using the Python code and the Raspberry Pi GPIO library. Today, we're going to integrate some sensors like the gas leakage sensor. We can add the IR sensor that detects obstacles. Also, we can suppose the push button as a sensor to detect whether we have a connection. And before we get started, make sure to check out my website, diytechrush.com. So here you're gonna find all of the details about our projects and videos. Under Explore Projects, you're gonna see all of the blog posts, and let's dive right into it. And let's use the Real VNC app. Just paste the IP address and hit enter. You're gonna pass in the password, and that allows you to access the Pi from here. And if you are not understanding what I'm talking about, make sure to watch my video about using the SSH to remote control the Pi. Here we're going to go under the Raspberry Pi logo, Programming, and Tony to write our Python code and control the GPIO pins. You see here that I have connected the LED to this pin, and it is the pin number 20 if you are using the BCM mode. Then I have added the ohm resistor by using the breadboard. And finally, we need to get back to the ground by using the ground rail. So all of the points in the same blue rail are connected. If you add a ground to one of these, you will be able to use all of these as ground pins. Now let's talk about one of these sensors. Or let's turn off the LED by writing some Python code under the Thony IDE so that we can check that everything is working. First, we're going to import the library using import rpi.gpio as, and I'm going to use GPIO lowercase. First, we need to use gpio.setMode. Here I'm going to use BCM. We have also the physical numbers. If you use BCM, you need to make sure to label this pin as 20, not 38. To set this mode, we use gpio.bcm. Then we're going to set the pin by using gpio.setup. This takes in the pin number, and here we can specify the mode of the pin because we have output to turn devices on and off, or input that we're going to use later on with the sensors. Here we have to pass in gpio.out, and let's turn it off by writing the command output. This takes in the pin number 20, and I'm going to use false to turn it off. And there you go, the LED turns off. Now we want to turn on the LED using one of these sensors to make the project more interesting. For example, let's use the gas leakage sensor. So this device has few pins. The right one is labeled VCC, that we need to connect to the VCC or the 5-volt pin of the Pi. We have the ground that goes to the GND, and we have two more pins. So this one outputs a voltage, which indicates whether we have gas leakage or not. We're going to read from this pin using one of the GPIO pins of the Pi. So this outputs an analog voltage. We're not going to use it today. It allows you to get the amount of gas leakage. The VCC is the right pin. Let's hook it up like this. I'm going to connect it to the 5-volt pin, which is this one from this side. For the ground, let's use a male-to-male jumper wire because I have created this ground rail. And yeah, it is powered up. Finally, let's connect the digital output pin to one of the Raspberry Pi pins, like the pin number 17, pin number 6 from this side. So make sure to be careful with these pins. Let's go ahead and create two variables, one for the LED and another one for the sensor. Let's call the first one LED pin, which is 20, and the sensor pin is connected to the GPIO pin number 17. We set the mode of the Pi. Then we use gpio.setup. First, I'm going to set the LED pin using gpio.out. And then we're going to set the sensor using the same command. We pass in sensor pin. But here we're going to use gpio.in for input. And we can use the command gpio.input to read from this pin or from this sensor pin. and I'm gonna display its value using the print command. Let's write print GPIO input, and we only have to give it the sensor pin. The only problem with this code is that we can read this value once, but we could test it by running this. So it outputs 1 if we didn't have a gas leakage. And let's try to use this lighter or the gas that comes out of it. You see that this LED turns on, which means the gas leakage is detected. And let's run it again. Now we have the value 0. That means our sensor is working. Sometimes you have to rotate the potentiometer to adjust its sensitivity. So let's go ahead and put all of this code under a loop, which is called over and over again. To do so, we have the while loop. If you write while true, colon, and the code, here I have to use the tab key. So all of this code is called over and over again. And that allows us to detect the gas leakage at any time. Now we are getting the value 0 and 1 if we didn't have gas leakage. Now I want to improve our code because we need to use the cleanup method to clean up the pins and use them in another program. We can cut this while loop and use something that is called exceptions. So we can run this code infinitely, and if we have an error or if we use an exception like Ctrl+C, it is called keyboard interrupt, we can exit and call the cleanup method. To do so, we use try. We're going to try our code and make sure that we have these spaces under the while loop, except, and here I'm going to use the keyboard interrupt exception. Just write keyboard interrupt, then colon. In such case, we're going to use the cleanup method. The code is going to work just fine, but now it is way much better because we are handling this. If I use Ctrl+C, it's going to call GPIO.cleanup so that we can use the pins again. I want to make a simple project. I'm going to turn this LED on if we have gas leakage. And that's easy because we know how to use conditions. Of course, after watching my video about using Python, we are going to read from this pin and put it under an if statement. If GPIO.input, that takes in the sensor pin, 0, that means we have gas leakage. That's how the sensor works. In such case, we're going to turn the LED on using GPIO.setup LED pin, GPIO.high keyword. Otherwise, that means it returns 1. We didn't have gas leakage. And here we're going to use low. And this is just one example that shows you the ability of the Pi with these sensors. To turn the LED on and off, we use output, not setup. And let's give it a try. The LED is off. And if I use the lighter, it turns on. That means that the project is working just fine. The other sensor, it is called the obstacle avoiding sensor. We use it with the same way, but the behavior now is a bit different. When we have an obstacle, it returns 0. Otherwise, it returns 1. We can control the LED with the same way, but you need to pay attention. We have this lead VCC. Next, we have a ground, and we have the out pin. To be able to use the same circuit, we need to put it like this. Let's unplug it and use this one instead. Our LED turns off, and if I put my hand, it turns on. And that's how we can use sensors. Now, before I finish this video, I want to show you how to use the push button so that we can turn the LED on and off or any device. Luckily, the push button comes with 2 pins or 2 leads. We're going to connect one lead to the ground and the other one to the GPIO pin that we're going to read from. So let's start from scratch again. We have our LED and the ground rail. We only have to use 2 because it's symmetrical. One lead goes to the ground using the ground rail, and the other one goes to one of the pins, like 17. I want to use the same one. You will see that the code isn't working as expected because the push button isn't like a sensor that sends a voltage or not. To use it, we have something that is called pull-up resistors. And for some people, this could be a bit confusing. Luckily, we have another way. We can set this kind of pull-up resistor using the commands from the Pi. So here we are going to set this pin, sensor pin, or we can call it button pin, as input. But we have to add a third parameter, which is called pull underscore up underscore down. This is a parameter under this method. We're going to set it to one of two options. We have something that is called pull up, which means that the push button returns 1 when it's up. Here we write GPIO dot PUD for pull up down underscore. I'm going to use up, and we can test the code. And if I press the button, it turns on, and I will see you in the next one.